2020 was a year like no other.
War 3 is beginning to trend on social
in the
media.
honeycomb.
This morning about the nest of murder hornets.
A year which no one could have predicted.
Right here has become the most divisive thing on the earth right now.
Full of change.
It seems like everywhere you look, there are protests.
Uprising.
From Brazil to Iran, thousands have gathered to show solidarity with U.S. protests over the killing of George Floyd.
After 4 long, tense days, we've reached a historic moment in this election.
And it is now my great honor to introduce the President-elect of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
Downfalls.
Downright apocalyptic images coming out of Australia right now.
A moment of violence caught on camera. Because it's very difficult to watch as a man in his 70s is knocked down by officers.
Chaos.
A woman who went on social media criticizing a young Starbucks barista for refusing to serve her.
You guys are violating federal law!
Greetings, citizens of the world. This is Anonymous.
Tragedy.
We're coming on the air with breaking news, very sad news to tell the sports world. The LA Times is reporting that retired Los Angeles Lakers basketball star Kobe Bryant has been killed in a helicopter crash.
And for most, it all started with a
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S., Wuhan, China, where the outbreak began.
A Washington state man testing positive for the deadly virus.
Hundreds dead, thousands infected across multiple continents.
Maryland, one of 7 states now, banding together.
Breaking out of Maryland with public schools closed for 2 weeks.
So you don't have to go to school for the next 2 weeks.
I know.
What do you think of that?
I think that's pretty fresh. I don't like school.
Schools could be closed beyond that April 24th date.
That's 423 confirmed cases of COVID-19.
School leaders and health experts say a long-term shutdown of districts across the state seems more and more likely.
Good morning. Welcome to the first day of distance learning at Charles Herbert Flowers High School.
In 2020, I've learned that social distancing is not as easy as it sounds.
You know, it's stressful being in quarantine and also being online school for students and teachers.
At first I was like, yay, 2 weeks no school, and then it was like, okay, now 1 month, and then you're not going back until next year.
We didn't know the coronavirus was going to be this serious, so it kind of took us all out of school.
It just really took a big impact on my life.
I did not like it. I was really tired of being stuck in the house with my mom and my brother.
The most devastating part was not being able to attend any of my senior activities.
It took away sports.
Because I'm always home, I didn't feel like I was really doing anything. I wasn't really engaged in the schoolwork.
And I don't know, it's hard to work when you are not really there in the classroom. And it's been really heavy.
Sometimes schoolwork gets overwhelming.
I do want to say that I was, or still am, a little stressed about all the work that we're getting and the fact that there's no interaction with teachers and stuff.
So for me, it was really hard, but for other people, they were probably happy and all this, but it was more harder for me.
I feel like the teachers are just giving more work than they would normally be giving if we were in school.
yes, the thing that defined it 2020 for us. The cause of empty hallways, faceless classrooms, stress, and captivity, among other things that pulled us down.
This 2020 has been a bad year for pretty much everybody with the rise of coronavirus, the killings of so many black people by the police, and so many other things that happened this year, like the death of Chadwick Boseman, that this year is going to be remembered as one of the worst years in history.
2020 was a year of exposed biases that seem to have led to a demonstration of how quickly pestilence can turn our world upside down.
Not be able to travel or go wherever you want because things are limited or not open or just very difficult to get to.
Things that
pulled me down where, staying in the house for so long.
My driver's training, everything is being pushed back, and I just wish it could be over and we can just restart in 2021.
COVID blocked a lot of opportunities for me, especially football.
And what brought me down the most was when my grandfather passed last week.
I got COVID myself, and when I heard it, it really shocked me. But another person in my family got COVID, and it was my dad. And that shocked me the most because I just didn't want to see that.
Deaths in my family, and when I found out that the real meaning of family and the difference between family and relatives, so it was just like a whole phase where I just went through. I wasn't really messing with a lot of people.
2020 was a tragic story. But with all the negativities we had indoors, this year, we'd have a lot of courage. I've opened up to new opportunities, new hobbies, new compassion.
Nothing got in my way. I let nothing get in my way. Nothing bring me down. Just stay focused.
I focused on certain things to uplift me, which was track. I ran.
Once this pandemic hit, I feel like I've learned so much by just staying at home.
One thing that uplifted me in 2020 was having more free time to read.
I met a lot of new people, although not all of it was in person.
Me being able to see my mom for the first time.
My family, being able to be with them.
Family and the encouragement they gave me.
God kept me and my family driving straight.
The thing that really uplifted me the most was playing video games with them online with my friends.
To look forward to teaching the wonderful students every single day on the Zoom.
In the year 2020, did you lose it or not?
So this year has been an adventure, one that will go down in history, one that is a story to be told.
And in 2021, I want to make sure that I'm not doubting myself and I'm not being too hard on myself.
Do good in school and, prepare myself for my future. I want to better myself as a person, as an individual.
Forward to the most for 2021 is for me being able to drive.
And 2021 is just improvement within myself and continue to grow and mature as a person and continue to just, figure myself out even more day by day.
Overall, 2020 has been a crappy year, but I hope 2021 will become better.